Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Total Picture. Today, we're here to engineer, so let's get going. So today we're continuing our series on STEM education and what that can look like as far as a career and what that looks like in industries such as ours. So the last 2 weeks, we've talked about science and technology. And this week, we're talking about the place where I think they all kind of meet together, engineering. So engineering, simply put, is the practical application of mathematics and science to produce or organize things in the most efficient and practical way. So for example, an engineer might create a new way to produce a gear for a certain machine. Now they come up with this new way to do it and implement it because it might be quicker, safer, more cost-effective, more energy efficient, and so on and so forth. So engineers are constantly looking for the best way to do things. They also look at things like employee safety, employee time usage, as well as the overall impact of a new system over the lifetime of a project or of a company, things of that nature. So when we look at what engineers can do, we look at a lot of things in our company. So for example, the computer systems in our robot, our color sorter, in our tractors, they have to be created and implemented by software engineers. They look for the best way to input certain processes into these computing systems to make these machines efficient, effective, and cost-effective for us to buy and to utilize at our facility. So just looking at that is a major impact on what we do. Like we talked about last week, the tractors alone are a major piece of what we do, and they're an incredible piece of technology that had a lot of engineering go into them on a lot of areas. Like I said, the computing power that is inside these tractors, as well as the actual physical tractor itself. Engineers look at things like tractors and see where they can make them more efficient, more cost-effective, one for the manufacturer, but also for us to buy and maintain. So it's things like that engineers do that make a big impact in a very, very long timeline. So over the course of, say, 100 years, if we're still looking at tractors, we see where they went, and we've seen the slow progression of them getting better and better over time. So engineers aren't just looking for a quick fix, they're looking at long-term solutions for big problems or just to simply make things better than they are currently. Another big area to look at engineering is systems engineering. So this is the idea of looking at systems that are in place. For example, in our case, warehousing systems. An engineer could come in and say, here's the areas that are working at their highest capacity. These are the most efficient, safest, and best ways that you guys are doing things to organize your warehouse. But then here's these areas that could use some improvement that need just a new system in place for doing them. And then that engineer could give us solutions, and we could implement them over a relatively short or relatively long period of time to make sure that our warehouse is operating at its highest capacity with its highest efficiency and greatest amount of safety and cost effectiveness. So systems management is a whole nother area of engineering that we can't overlook in this. So as you can see, engineering isn't just creating a new piece for a machine. It's looking at the entire machine and saying, this is how this whole system can work better. This is how it can process better. This is how it can just last longer. Engineers can look at a piece of equipment and say, yeah, this right now will last 10 years, but with a few changes, a new operating system, and a couple new hardware pieces, we can make this machine last in the next 30, 40, 50 years. So engineering is focused on 1, longevity, 2, practicality, and 3, effectiveness, whether it's cost effective, safety effective, and just overall, can this be used in the way that it needs to be? So practicality is very, very important to engineering, and it's something that we really need a lot of, not just in our company, but every company, every household needs to think about things in an engineering light. Yes, it's important to make sure that short-term fixes can be done to things to make sure that they can continue to operate while we're making those long-term adjustments, but the long-term adjustment has a greater impact over a greater period of time, over a greater population of people. So I guess if I had to give one, my message for today would be that engineering should be a high priority field of study. Engineers are needed not only in the seed industry, the agriculture industry. Every industry in the world needs people thinking about how to make things work the best way possible. In the short term, but also in the long-term thought of longevity for businesses and practices. Engineers are the powerhouses behind making sure that we don't stay stagnant and making sure that we can continue to move forward and create new systems, products, schools of thought in just how we do our everyday things in our company, in our lives. And they help make us better. They help make us do better work, and they help make our work easier and more effective and efficient in every way possible. So it's another really important field of study, especially when we talk about STEM. So if you're interested in the idea of engineering, do some research. Find out what areas of engineering you find most interesting. There's a lot of ways you can get involved with this kind of thinking and this kind of career. So do some research, find what's out there. There's so much. And I encourage you to do your due diligence and find what fits best for you if this is something you're interested in. But that's all I have for now. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want more content from us, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And if you want even more content from us, you can go subscribe to our monthly Total Focus newsletter. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.